Miriam recounted a story to provide context and the feasibility of her plan. In Africa, witches are considered the epitome of evil. They are thought of as the cause of all the disease, death, and misfortune. We are the most hated people in African culture. While this is currently true, there is a secret society that honors and worships us. Once, witches were not perceived this way. That is, until a witch partnered with a group of travelers, a yellow eye from Europe, and his team of explorers. They made critical errors in the treatment of Africans, and a once beloved local witch became the most repudiated of figures. This supreme witch lost her children, her husband, her brothers, and her mother. It is said her heart turned black, and she brought devastating death and misfortune on all, onto the guilty and the innocent alike. There was a brutal fight, and while the Europeans prevailed, so they thought, it was at a huge cost. The supreme witch died on a proverbial skewer while strapped to a wooden structure and set ablaze. There are many who believe that a witch of such power died far too easily. Naomi was the supreme witch. She healed, she comforted, and she intervened while never disrupting nature's way. When God was sparse with rain, she brought forth enough, just enough. Disease was unheard of. Men worked to kill, capture, and provide food for their families. She ensured they came home safe and only with enough. Naomi would always say, happiness comes in contentment. Contentment comes from providing. The land provides and God creates. Africa is beautiful and diverse. It is a desert, it's lush, tropical, and arid. Naomi had 3 sisters. Each sister was talented in her own way. They each lived in a separate portion of the continent. In that time, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. It is unclear how they came to be. There are myths. One story says that they were separated as they reached the age of 10 and that their powers were too great together. Naomi would travel to see her sisters. She'd leave her home behind, her village and her family in the northeast of Africa so that she could see her sisters as frequently as she could. All 4 sisters could never meet or occupy the same space. Naomi would travel first to Abina, her sister in the northwest, then Oni, her sister in the southeast, and then Halima, her sister in the southwest. It was the only way they had to stay connected. They missed and longed for each other. There were some within Naomi's inner circle who longed for power. They felt that someone or a group should lead and rule. Though these thoughts or decisions did not occur often or in large groups, these thoughts did surface and occasionally popped up when Naomi was away. These thoughts were especially present when Naomi was not immediately available to provide guidance or healing or protection. The men and women of the village had very short memories and could easily be persuaded. Naomi lived in northeast portion of Africa in present-day Mali. Abina lived in northwest Africa in present-day Sudan. Oni lived in southeast Africa in present-day Nambia. And Halima lived in southwest Africa in present-day Kenya. In the early 1800s, explorers traveled to northeast Africa while Naomi was away. They came under the guise of trade and spices. They hid their true desires of colonization, occupation, and control. They befriended Naomi's family and quickly learned from those who secretly sought power of details about Naomi and their abundantly rich lands. The explorers honed in on the discontent of the inner circle and began to secretly meet away from Naomi's family. Through these conversations, they learned a great deal about her power, and they learned that her sisters were also witches. The explorers were not new to witches or witchcraft. They had encountered witches during other explorations. This never prevented them from their mission of occupation. With the help of and under the leadership of their yellow eye, they succeeded in minimizing the impact and collateral damage of other witches and somehow always successfully disposed of them. They then established structure and rule. The explorers played to the discontent and desire for power that they recognized in the inner circle.